What's going on, everybody? My name is Tara, and I have a secret to share with you. I haven't played many Bethesda games. I played a lot of Skyrim, but that's about it. I hadn't even heard of Starfield until last year. I have a lot of No Man's Sky playtime under my belt, so when I first saw it, I was just like, this is just No Man's Skyrim from the looks of it. But I'm very excited to check it out today and see if it has more going for it than just being No Man's Skyrim. So let's get into it. Looks like guys. Oh, nope. Oh, goodbye. She was cute.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here. And that's thanks to all of you, from the Elder Scrolls to Fallout. We love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
Ambitious games make me nervous, dude. A lot of room for failure.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
Still can't get over how it looks like high-resolution No Man's Sky.
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it.
It does look beautiful.
From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
See that mountain? You can climb it.
Realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources.
Very similar to No Man's Sky.
Do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
You even have that survey log, just like No Man's Sky. Oh, this is interesting. I hope there's going to be interesting lore for why you're fighting space serpents. Like, how did it get to this point?
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory.
My inventory is going to be a mess.
A ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details.
Oh, that's so cool.
We obsess over food.
Wait, that
when
food
you're
looks
done
great.
exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
Cute
And
robot
he
friends!
can even say your name. Let's head out.
I guess because their
Our
voices are going to
mission
be
was to convey
TTS, they
the
can say your
wonder
name?
and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
That design
You
looks
can
sick.
see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than
nice.
sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Dude, I love that.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
It feels very alien, like Alien Isolation.
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system.
Okay.
Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy.
It's very
Zoom
No
out
Man's
even
Sky.
further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones.
Very
But for
familiar
now,
with this
we'll plot a
from
course
No
to the
Man's
Alpha
Sky.
Centauri
I'm
system
just gonna be saying
where
that
we
all-
can find the
all-
city
the whole
of
video.
New Atlantis.
Grav jump. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
The big thing for me is going to
As
be
soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis,
If it's
your
randomly generated
eyes
or
are
not?
guided upwards to
Or
just these
handcrafted.
boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus
Wow.
when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a colony war memorial.
It's a few moments
That's
of
so
gameplay
cool.
that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Okay, so it's looking like there's going to be a strong narrative.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
Cool.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barry.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The faces
The journey you take
are
with
still just a little bit
Constellation is just the
uncanny.
first
The animations
of
look
many
great,
you'll
but
embark
still
on.
just a little bit
The
off.
Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
That thing was kind of cute. This
The
New
United
Atlantis
Colonies
is beautiful.
where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
Space Cowboys. Okay.
The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure city where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best
It
and
looks sick.
brightest of today for
I
our
love this
future
aesthetic.
tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
I mean, it looks pretty great so far.
Ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation.
Same.
And I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system.
We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities.
Oh, cool.
And by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
Oh no.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together,
Oh, no.
the dermaesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
Backgrounds? Oh, okay, yeah.
Backgrounds give you a bit
Kinda
of
like the starting
backstory
class?
and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera!
Oh my god!
Really you?
Is this not a recurring character?
And give you gifts if you're willing to put up with this constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
This
My
character
favorite
looks
trait is
very
tip stuff.
familiar.
You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
Huh.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story.
Okay.
And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Oh, we'll let you discover that on your own.
No. Killing your adoring fan, that's just wrong. That is messed up.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill.
Okay.
Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Huh?
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Oh, boost pack for sure. Oh, boost pack for sure.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
You know there's going to be
That
challenge
one's a lot
runs
of fun.
with only punching.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie, and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
I mean, that looks pretty fun.
I like blowing stuff up.
Although, a lot of the times in games like this, if you have a boost pack and you fly up in the air, you're a sitting duck. So it depends on how maneuverable it really is.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun.
Oh, that's neat.
Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
Oh, the derelict ships in No Man's Sky are very fun to explore.
It's all out there.
I can't stop comparing the two games.
Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
I haven't heard them mention the word randomly generated yet, which is kind of a relief, because a lot of the aliens they've shown so far look largely believable, whereas No Man's Sky kind of has some
space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
Oh no.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports.
Huh.
Every
Very
spaceport has a
interesting.
ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew.
What?
Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps.
Oh man.
You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
Oh, okay, no, that's so
The parts
cool.
you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship.
Stop.
You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship.
Dude.
From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
Dude, that's so cool.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
Oh no.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
People are gonna make some very cursed.
The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where
People are
it
gonna
had
make some
like a
cursed
giant
things.
tail to it.
Massive
We've done
penis is gonna be coming right
spiders,
away.
We've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
Oh no, what have they
And
done?
while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to,
What have they
you're
done?
probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
That's gonna be fun.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey.
Wow,
These
that's
companions
cool.
can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
So
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
main story quest people.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I was about to ask. I better be able to romance them.
Anyone except you. And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
I can fix the
Got
space
any
cowboy.
room on your ship
I
for
can fix
someone
him.
like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
Wait, can I romance the robot?
Around the core basics of a NASA
Can I
machine.
romance the robot? This is very important.
Avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
No, he's
It's a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Oh my lord.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams.
He's adorable, dude.
And now, let's take to the sky.
The ship customization part is by far the most interesting thing so far.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system.
Power allocation?
Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
No.
Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
Wait, that's sick. Such a simple thing.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight.
Oh my god, dude.
You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
No way, that's so sick.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
I'm sorry, what? Dude, what?
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
That's so cool.
But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
What? What?
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life.
Oh, that's so cool.
Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
You can have a little
when I'm playing,
piracy
I generally
as a
go
treat.
crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Mostly sandwiches.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human.
Just like
We
Skyrim.
thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests.
Oh no.
And it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe.
Oh god.
There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit.
I'm gonna lose so much time to this game.
We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear.
Whoa.
We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
How do you even deal with that many ships? Like, unless you're completely overpowered, you pretty much have to run, right?
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions.
Of
and
course.
for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental
cool.
information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care in designing this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era.
That's a really
bring back
cute case.
samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
I'm never one for these collector's boxes, but that is
You'll find it
very
very
cool.
useful out there, and it even tells the time.
That is very, very cool.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller.
That's
It's
pretty
awesome.
sick.
It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Huh.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier.
That's really sick. It's a very clean design. Very, very cool. I dig it. Probably still won't buy it, because I never get these collector's things, but very cool nonetheless.
Prepare for departure. Grav jump commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level.
Just makes
freedom
me
to
nervous.
experience both the exciting planets
There's so much room
and the
for things to go
quiet ones.
wrong the bigger it gets, right?
Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content,
there
but
it
the
is.
handcrafted content itself comes as the player explores.
So it's a mix.
Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, or
That's a
plants
cool
to pick up.
design.
It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments.
Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Okay. Procedural generation always makes me nervous. I find at a certain point it just becomes like, why would I bother? That's how I felt sometimes with exploration in No Man's Sky, if it didn't feel engaging enough. But it sounds like there'll be enough little side quests and handcrafted things going on that you'll feel engaged, and it'll feel worthwhile. Much like Skyrim did, right? Skyrim was like every nook and cranny had something, so I imagine this will be very, very similar.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals.
Oh.
You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
Can I build a little farm full of weird crab things like that?
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
Ooh.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
The lighting does look great. Have they mentioned anything about underwater? I don't think I've seen any underwater bits, eh? Have they shown any water at all, actually? Better be able to go underwater, that's all I'm saying. I get scared by deep water
you
things.
can find a
so
spot to set up a base camp.
I need that excitement.
Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Okay, cool.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is.
That's so
and then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
So many more games need that kind of building. That zoom out is so necessary when you're trying to design good buildings. Wind turbines probably have to power the building somehow. What are those, solar panels? Probably different planets produce different amounts of energy.
Add crafting and research stations in your outposts to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
Why use melee weapons when you can punch?
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Good.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
Did you shoot a canister and it created ice? Did I see that
have
right?
more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat.
I still worry you're just going to be a sitting duck.
Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
Oh, because lower gravity planets? Wait, okay.
Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
That's so cool. It's like a grid of death. Okay,
you want
that's
to get
really,
up close
really
and personal
cool.
with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Hello.
Starfield's got you covered.
The combat looks very, very cool. It looks like things feel really meaty. Even just that little hit with the back of the gun felt like it had weight to it, and that's so important. Oop. Yes, ragdoll physics. I was noticing it in the zero-G as well, but we need more ragdoll deaths in all games. What? Stop.
Thanks again for being with
What
us
was that?
today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and
Like
spent it here.
telekinesis or
I know
something?
there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we
Some
could
sort
show
of
here.
psychic
You know,
powers?
as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I'm
I
still
love
not
the
seeing any
creatures,
water.
the exploration, every biome is different.
is that water?
The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and, wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our Outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
Oh, there's water. Okay, never mind. All
You spend all this
criticism's
time
gone.
building your
Water
ship,
exists.
and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something
I think
about
that's
seeing a
really
tower
unique,
over in
the
the
shipbuilding.
distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets.
The unique gravity
Those details
looks
matter to
very
me.
cool.
Diplomacy,
Per planet.
exploration, freedom.
the ending. Beskip, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben.
The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
It looks fantastic, but I still have anxiety with projects
On behalf
this big.
of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Todd, don't let us down!
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Those dogfights look so hectic. When there's multiple ships involved, that looks like chaos. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. It looks incredible. Huh. September 6th, 2023. Wow, that's really not that far. Yikes. Looks
Play it
absolutely
day one
amazing.
with Game Pass.
And it's on Game Pass! So after all that, I think I can safely say I'm very excited for Starfield, and it's coming in September 6th? That's so soon. I think the game is doing enough unique things to really stand out apart from No Man's Sky once you actually get your hands on it. Like the Lego starships in particular, building your own, that's something that I think is really, really unique and really, really exciting. We're going to see a lot of ridiculous builds popping up on YouTube. I also think any game can be improved with romance options. I'm surprised they didn't touch on it more. I hope it's not kind of lackluster and forgotten. The space combat looked great. The ground combat looked great. There was just a lot of moving parts that looked very, very promising. I'm just really, really nervous that we might end up with a launch very similar to No Man's Sky, where it starts off really rocky and gets good later. Hopefully that's not the case with this, because it looks incredible and I'd love to pick it up as early as I can. All that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, leave me a comment letting me know what you're most excited about, and consider subscribing if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next video.